So back in September of 2024, I took a cruise on the Carnival Celebration. Man, that ship was beautiful. Anyway, I have more videos about that coming in the future. But one of our stops on the cruise was in the Dominican Republic, Amber Cove to be exact. Amber Cove is a cruise port owned and operated by Carnival. So before I came, I started to do some more research on where Amber Cove was and the things to do in the area. And I noticed that it was actually really close to the Damajagua Waterfalls, which was where I was trying to go back in April 2024, but the excursion was canceled because of the weather. So my next obstacle was actually getting there. I figured a taxi was my best bet, so I went to the taxi stand and told them where I was trying to go, and they told me that the price was going to be $120 to get me there and back. And I'm like, God damn, that's a lot of money just for me. But I was like, let's make it happen. So after we did some more negotiating, I finally got into the taxi, and it just so happens that, in my opinion, I had the best taxi driver in the whole world. His name was Mario, but he told me to call him Super Mario. And he was a super dude. Mario was great, man. He showed me so much love and hospitality. And on the way there, he was giving me some history of Puerto Plata and the surrounding area of Imbert, which is the name of the town that we were traveling through.
You know something? Puerto Plata is the first city built in the American continent.
Really?
Puerto Plata. In
Wow.
1502.
Wow.
For my nephew, Christopher Columbus.
Ah.
But that in this country, we have the first university in America,
See.
the first cathedral, the first post office, the first city hall, and the first fortress in America. It's here.
¿Verdad?
Yeah.
Hmm.
People. In Dominican Republic, we are 10.5 million people.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Those are actually chickens. Wow.
The drive is about 30 minutes from Amber Cove. Once we finally arrived, Super Mario, he assisted me with getting my ticket, making sure that all my belongings were secure. They had like these lockers that you can put your stuff in to make sure that, you know, everything was cool. Like I keep saying, man, Super Mario was awesome. So there was a point where I was kind of waiting for the excursion to start, and I had already put my belongings in my locker and locked them up and all that good stuff, but I didn't have any water. So I was like, damn, I need to get my money so I can get some water. And he was like, don't worry about it. So we went to the bar, and he actually bought my water for me. I paid him back, but I just thought that was a nice gesture for him to, you know, go out of his way to spend his own money and get me some water. So I will say that the walk to the waterfalls was pretty draining. Make sure you bring some water, some bug spray, and some good water shoes, man. That terrain out there is pretty rugged. It was about 5 Dominican minutes, as our tour guide said, which is actually a good 45 minutes in regular people time. So on our walk, it actually seemed like the deeper that you went into the forest, the more connected you felt to the peaceful serenity of nature, man, and just being one with the earth. Last time I tried to do this in April, it was canceled because of the weather. So, and as you walk, you'll hear the sound of birds along with cicadas just filling the air. That's one thing that really stood out to me, though, was the sound of the cicadas. Wow, this is so loud. I never heard. I hear the cicadas all the time in Georgia, but we never hear them this loud. That's crazy. We good. On the way up to the waterfall, man. Right now. Where are we? Come on. ¿Dónde está ahora?
Damajagua.
Damajagua.
Yes.
Sí. ¿Cómo se llama, amigo?
The best part in this country, okay?
Yes.
My name is Elian.
Eliano?
Elian.
Yeah. So the forest itself feels really alive and at the same time really timeless. You know, like it's been there for thousands of years. And I'm just blessed to be able to share this hour of my day being one with nature, man. It just really invited me to slow down and take some deep breaths and just meditate. That's one of the things that I try and do a lot of the time, is just stop and smell the roses, you know. I'm just glad to be here, man. Just to be alive and experience this. Boy, I'm hot as fuck. Man, not gonna lie. Yo amo Santa Damajagua. So after walking for about 45 minutes, we finally made it over to the first waterfall. As soon as we jumped in, man, I felt that water hit me. Man, it was so cold. The water was freezing, man, but it was real refreshing. So after I finally jumped in the water, kind of got acclimated to it, kind of got acclimated to the cold water. It felt good, man. It really felt good. But after that first jump in the water, I noticed that my Insta 360 wasn't working anymore. So I was like, damn, my battery must be dead. So anyway, I put my Insta 360 up and had to shoot everything else on my iPhone. But I was super happy, man. Like, everything was working in my favor. Like, the weather was good until I slid down that third water slide, right? But I lost my selfie stick for my Insta 360 because I put it in my pocket, but I didn't have a zipper. It wasn't zipped in there, so it wasn't secure. So there's a selfie stick at the bottom of the river in the Damajagua Waterfalls. Probably over my last video for a while because my phone is on 2%. It's about to die. But once we finally made it back to the starting point, Super Mario was there to get me back down to Amber Cove. God has the most perfect timing. As soon as I stepped foot back in the taxi, it started pouring down rain, man. As we're driving, I went to go change the battery in my Insta 360. I opened the battery compartment up. There's nothing but water in there, man. Water's just flowing out of my camera. I was like, God damn. Luckily, I had insurance and I can get a new camera, but you can't replace the footage, man. So I lost all my footage. I lost the footage from when we was in the Grand Turk, all this footage that I was recording on the Carnival celebration. I lost all that, and I lost all the footage from the Damajagua Waterfalls. Driving back down to Amber Cove, I only had two things in my mind. The first was beer, a Presidente to be exact, and the second was lunch. So actually, Super Mario took me to this local convenience store where I went in and he was like, "You want a Presidente?" He opened up this refrigerator and there was like a mountain of Presidente and all this beer. And I'm like, cool, man, thank you, bro. So I got a beer, and then we got back in the van, got back in the taxi, and we went to get lunch. Not only was I happy to enjoy this beer, but I was also happy that Super Mario went out of his way to make sure that I was good. He just wanted to make sure that I was well taken care of, man, and that meant a lot to me. Great, Super Mario, man. Thank you so much, man.
The best beer for the best.
I'm so thankful, man. I'm so happy just to experience stuff like this. So the place that we went to go get lunch was this place called Los Compadres. Los Compadres is a real cool restaurant. It's probably like maybe 5 minutes from Amber Cove. And like I said, it was raining, but as soon as we got to Los Compadres, the rain stopped, the sun came out. It was beautiful, and we just continued having a beautiful day. Los Compadres has a wide array of Dominican food, drinks. It's like a bar and restaurant. Super Mario, he had fish, rice, and salad, and I had the mofongo with chicken. And man, it was amazing, man. The customer service was great. The atmosphere was nice. He's my taxi driver. He's hooking me up with everything, man. Such an awesome guy, man. I'm so thankful. So not only was Super Mario a wonderful host, he was just a friendly and kind person overall. He noticed that I was a YouTuber, so he actually subscribed to my channel, and we were eating lunch. He started watching some of my videos from like past trips that I've taken, and that really meant a lot to me. He was just a real genuine dude. But in life, that's one of the blessings, is just to meet different people that you just vibe with, man. So after spending most of the day with Super Mario and hitting the waterfall, we were finally on the way back to Amber Cove. So my only hope for someone trying to see the area around Amber Cove and explore like I did is to hopefully have a taxi driver half as good and as amazing as Super Mario was, man. He really made this experience worthwhile. Everything happens for a reason. Had my excursion not been canceled the last time I was here, I would have never met Super Mario. And for that, I am forever
If
thankful.
you need
man.
service, private service like this one, like today, you can contact with me, okay?
Oh, Mario Mercado.
Super Mario.
This guy will take care of, man. This guy really is taking care of me. I'm not just saying this. He's been just a great host, man. Really, really, really. Thank you, man. Mucho gusto, señor.
Okay.
Gracias.
So after I left Super Mario, I had some time to explore the area there in Amber Cove before I got back on the ship. And my priority is to get my passport stamped, because did you really even go if you don't get your passport stamped? So I always got to get my passport stamped wherever I go. And the building that I went to get this passport stamp was kind of like a welcome center / information area, and it gave a lot of information on the culture and the rich history of the Dominican Republic. So after doing some further research, I found out that Amber Cove gets its name from the region's abundance of amber. It was also featured in the movie Jurassic Park back in the day, where they, like, I think it was the opening scene where that piece of amber had that mosquito inside. There's also an amber museum that is the first museum dedicated entirely to amber in the Dominican Republic. Next, it was time for another drink. Well, another Presidente to be exact. So I made my way up to this rooftop bar with an incredible view, man. It gave me some time to really meditate and just think about my day, and just one of the best days I've had in my life. Like, every day is a blessing. Every day is good if you wake up. Like, every day is a blessing, man. But there's some days that are a little bit more special than others, man. And on that day, September 4th, 2024, that was one of the best days of my life. After I left that bar, I did some more exploring there in Amber Cove, and I saw there was a whole bunch of other things to do. They had some zip lining for like $25. There was also a pretty cool water slide. Man, that thing was kind of fast, man. I'm not gonna lie. There was a huge pool area with like a swim up bar. I think that some of the chairs were free, but they were a little bit further from the pool. The ones that are closest to the actual pool, you can rent for a fee. I think it might have been like $10 or $15 to rent. I thought they were all free until this lady came up to me and told me I was in her seat. And I'm like, look, there ain't no towels over here. There's nothing saying that this is your seat. Nobody told me to move until you did. There's another pretty cool restaurant / bar right next to the pool. It's called Coco Cana. Very awesome vibes, strong drinks. The staff is incredibly friendly, just real hospitable. Had some drinks there, man, just kind of vibed out and just chilled a little bit, and just enjoyed myself some more.
It feel good. It feel good. Go for it. Go.
Before I made my way back to the ship, I made one more stop at this coffee shop named El Cibao. I just went there to grab an espresso and some organic coffee to take back with me. If you want some of the best coffee there in the Dominican Republic, go to El Cibao. I think that's how you pronounce it. Best coffee. You can get some cigars there, fruit, smoothie. So as I'm sitting there just talking to the camera about my day and like enjoying my espresso, these girls behind me that work there just started being silly. And so about 3 weeks later, after I'm going through all this footage, I actually noticed that they were back there being silly, and I fell out laughing. They were behind me just waving at the camera, blowing kisses. I thought it was hilarious, man. And then there was the point where they thought that I saw them, and they like ducked out of the way. But I had no clue they were even there. And then before you know it, man, the day was pretty much done. So I made my way back to the ship, and I passed through the little souvenir market and got a few souvenirs. Anybody wants their hair braided, you can get your hair braided there. And just, get some stuff to take back to your family. Hey. So you guys come to Amber Cove, they have all these stores here. They have all this jewelry, they have food, they have necklaces, they have handbags, they have everything, man. Nice, man. Here, you got magnets, souvenirs, everything, man, just in case you want to buy some stuff for your people. You got Dominican Republic. So I found out that Amber Cove offers the perfect mix of adventure, relaxation, and cultural exploration. I found out that 5 Dominican minutes is actually equal to 45 minutes. I found out that some of the most friendly people on earth live in the Puerto Plata area and Amber Cove area. Next time I come, I definitely want to do a lot more, but I only had about 8 hours to do my exploring and get back on the ship because I was not about to get left by that ship. You hear horror stories about people getting left behind and things like that, and I did not want to be one of those people, man.